Hi, welcome to the Dragon's Cave. I've got these new coaster molds. They are optical illusion style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint sort of every other with this silver powder. Then I'm going to back it in black, and fingers crossed that everything will turn out the way I hope. So yeah, let's crack on. So I think probably the best way to do this will be with a wet brush. I'll pop some alcohol in there. This is 96% alcohol. Let's pop a bit of that into the lid, make it easier. Oops, I said a bit, not that much. Okay, I'll do it later. Okay, so I'll do a few just so you can see what the picture in my brain is like. I will have a little bit of tidying up to do later because I was hoping that this would avoid drips, but I can see I've already splashed it across. I'll just start with a few of the lines just to show you what the plan is. I've never tried using this mica powder with alcohol and painting it onto the mold before. I hope it turns out well. As with all things resin, you don't always get what you're aiming for, but not all failures are bad. Sorry, I can't concentrate and talk at the same time. I'm not too well anyway. Trying to make sure that the hand isn't in the way too much. So already see where it's pulling away there as it's drying. So I may have to do a couple of coats of this before I pour the backing. Just a little too much alcohol in the brush there. I'll finish this one and then I'll paint the other. I do have 2 of each mold so that I can make a full set. A little bit there. Okay, so you get the general picture. I'm going to carry on, get this painted up. I'll come back to you when it's finished, when the painting's finished, and we'll go from there. Bye. Hi, welcome back. Finally finished painting these. They took forever. I'm only going to do the 2 because I've decided I'm going to try the others with UV resin. Not in this video, but that's the plan for the other 2, just to try it out. Simply because these took so long. And I don't think they're going to turn out as great as I'd hoped. But you never know. So I want a flat black. The only black mica powder I've got is quite sparkly. So I'm going to use a pigment paste. See that, hopefully. Now, you don't need an awful lot of this. I'm going to start with that little, it's probably too much, but I'm going to give that a go. That to one side. Okay, so obviously I've got my resin mixed up already. This takes a little while to mix in, but I don't think that's going to be enough. This is a cheap Timu pigment paste. So whether it's any better or worse than any others, I don't know, because I've never tried any other brand. Yeah, that's far too transparent. Another little blob in there. Trying to do it without getting any actual mixed resin into the paste pot. Yeah, as I think I was saying, the black mica powders that I have, kind of more of a sparkly charcoal grey than a real black, and I wanted this to be just a proper solid black. So we're getting there. Resin is actually it's been on the heat mat to help make it less bubbly, but it is starting to get pretty hot in my hand, so can't hang about too long with this. Yeah, just a touch more, I think. The stick won't be going back in the pigment paste now, so it should be okay. I'll try and find somewhere to put it down where it's not going to make too much mess. Okay. Oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Still not quite mixed in enough, but I think there's enough of it in there that I'm going to get the colour that I actually want. Say this. As usual, I'm using the Resin Pro Eye Crystal. I find generally it's pretty good for bubbles as long as it's not cold. Right, let's cross everything. Because of the detail in the mould, I'm to try and make sure I don't get too many bubbles trapped. So I'm going to gently pour it up the middle, and looking at this, I don't think I've mixed up nearly enough resin. There's only around about 100 grams in this pot. Just let that find its way around. And even though I made sure my table was level before I started, it doesn't look like it is now. Absolutely nothing in my house is level, so I have bought the bits to make a leveling table, just haven't got round to it. I've been away quite a lot recently. I'm going to start with that. I may have to put another coat on the back if I haven't mixed up enough. But let's see how far we can get with this. If the mould isn't completely full, that's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think I'm going to make it. There will still be a little bit of space in the mould, but that's not, it's not really that bad because it's the first time and it's kind of like a trial. See how they turn out, but as I say, I don't think they're going to be that great. So the next time round I am going to try putting the detail in with the, I've got some coloured glitter UV resins that I'm wanting to try out. Okay, that's all my resin used. They're not completely full, but they're full enough. Give them a quick squirt. I can figure out where I put my alcohol spray. There we go. Get any bubbles up. Right, okay, I'm going to pop these on the heat mat and see you later. Bye. Hi. These have been on the heat mat now for about 2 or 3 hours, so they're ready to demold. Yeah, don't really know what to say really, apart from let's get this done. Just going to get them out of the mold first, and then turn them over. You can see there's a little silver powder on the sides, but I'm going to use the Deco pen, I think. What is it? I think it's the Eddings chrome marker to go around the edges. Okay, let's start with this one. Oh wow, it actually didn't turn out badly at all. Actually quite pleased with that. A few little bits here and there where the colour went over and I didn't clean the mould up enough. There's a couple of tiny air bubbles. I don't know, can you see here? I may or may not top coat it, probably not. Overall, I'm very pleased with that one. And let's have a go at this one. Yeah, that's not bad. It's very pitted though. I'm assuming that's actually the mould. No, yeah, there are. I don't know if you can see them, because it's left some silver powder in the mould as well, but there are actually marks in the mould. Unfortunately, I'm having a lot of problems with Temu like that recently. That's what you get for buying cheap moulds, I suppose. But yeah, overall, I'm not totally unhappy with them. I'll tidy them up, paint the edges up, and get some pictures for you. And see you for the next one. Bye.